Wednesday so far. I'm Julie, and this is my sister Carrie, and we are the founders of A Natural Shift. And we come to you every Wednesday at this time at 12:30 to share just some healthier tips, kind of to try and make healthy living a little bit more simplistic for you guys. And given the holidays are, seriously, right around the corner, I cannot believe it's coming up so quick. We thought today we would talk about some healthier swaps for your holiday foods. Maybe you are hosting Christmas, or maybe you are, preparing a dish, a side dish, or a dessert to take to wherever you're celebrating Christmas and whoever you're celebrating with. So we wanted to kind of give you a little bit of some healthy swaps that you could think about as you're preparing those yummy dishes that still makes them super yummy, I promise. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to give you a couple of facts first, that this is kind of the reason behind why we need to do this and think about these things. I always, Carrie and I always like to provide you with information, not just to have the information, but to know why these things are important. So the average American gains about 1 to 2 pounds between Thanksgiving and New Year's. I think that I might be like above average. I'm like, this is bad, okay? But anyway, and the statistics show that you never lose those excess pounds, which is what is a little bit more startling. So in 5 years, that would mean that you've gained about 10 pounds if you were, around the average of 1 to 2 pounds per year. And in 10 years, that means you gained 20 pounds. And, gaining weight like that is not great for our health in terms of things like our blood pressure, our cholesterol, and really just not feeling good. If you're over your ideal body weight, then you're not going to be able to get around and do the things that you want to. It puts more strain on your joints and you don't have as much energy. So just kind of consider some of those things. There are some tiny kind of tweaks that you can do as you're making out your holiday menu this year, and cut some of the calories and unhealthy fats without sacrificing all of the flavor and the taste. So the first thing that I want to talk about is more of the savory food items. So think about if you have a recipe that calls for sour cream. A great substitute for that is Greek yogurt. And you don't even have to get the fat-free. In fact, I would encourage you not to get the fat-free Greek yogurt. I would get either a whole fat or maybe a 2%. Those would be great options. And my favorite brand personally that tastes to me just like sour cream is the Fage brand. If you're not familiar with that, you can buy it in any grocery store, and it's spelled Fage. In fact, that is what we eat when we're eating something that calls for sour cream. So things like a baked potato. If I'm serving that for dinner, my people are always asking, "Where's the sour cream?" I don't even let them know it's not sour cream. I just put that out on the table, and that's what they're used to eating. So, but in your holiday side dishes, often sour cream, a recipe will call for sour cream. So think about substituting that little bit of a healthier Greek yogurt, and it has lots of protein in it too, which helps keep you fuller longer, and is just good for your body. The second one is, you always want to have some greens on the table, right? Most of the side dishes around this time of year, honestly, are kind of like all the same color, right?
Yeah. It's like white, a sea of white, or yellow.
Right, yes, or like a beigey color with the dressing and everything. Mm-hmm. And, you always want to think about filling your plate with color, because that's how you know that you're getting the proper vitamins, minerals, nutrients that your body really needs and craves. And you're never going to get full and satisfied if you're not giving your body, the proper nutrients. In fact, I remember one year, Carrie and I laughed so hard. I don't know if you remember this or not, but my son, he had gone and fixed, it might have been last year, I can't remember, but he had gone and fixed his plate. And even though there were some greens there, I let him go fix his own plate, and it was just nothing but this bland. And Carrie had said, wow, Tyler, there's a lot of color on your plate. Oh my God. Like, it was so bad. So my tip here is, instead of something like a green bean casserole, that's not really, by the time you cook all that down, the green beans typically turn to not a vibrant color and have lost a lot of their, nutrients in them. Not to mention you're adding a bunch of other unwanted ingredients in that. Think about something as simple as sauteed green beans. This is something that even not during the holidays, we make a lot, and our mom actually makes, like, we always say that she makes like the best green beans, and they're just sauteed on the stovetop. You can just get frozen green beans. It's so simple and easy. A little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. I think she typically puts some cut up red peppers in hers. I tend to put a little bit of garlic and some shallots in mine, but anything like that. The green beans tend to maintain their vibrant green color when you cook them that way, and you can just tell they're full of nutrients. So I would encourage you to consider a side dish such as that to go along with all of the other, because you're going to have some of the heavier ones, and that's okay. But what we want to do is create some type of balance here. The next one that I wanted to mention to you guys is, often people, now this is not something that we grew up eating necessarily, but I know a lot of people eat creamed spinach. That's just not something that our parent or, that our mom made, for us. But I know a lot of people do. And, that's typically loaded with heavy cream. So it can be kind of a little too heavy, in my opinion. And when you're cooking the spinach, you're actually removing, some of the nutrients from that. So instead of that, spinach is a great source of vitamin A, C, E, and K, and it also has a lot of iron and calcium. So you want to maintain, those vitamins and minerals. So I would encourage you to not cook the spinach, but make like a super fresh spinach salad. And if you put things in it like pears or apples, some walnuts or pecans, even some raisins or cranberries, that would be delicious with a simple balsamic vinaigrette. And that's just such a nice, fresh, most people, if you do a little bit of a sweeter vinaigrette, a simple balsamic vinegar, olive oil, a little bit of honey, salt, and pepper is all you need. Most people are going to like that. Most people like a simple spinach salad, especially if it has a little bit of sweetness to it. So those would be some of my top steps as far as some of the side dishes. And I think Carrie's going to give us a few more with side dishes and maybe some in the main course too.
Yeah, sure. It made me think especially when you're talking about the green beans, that if you just try to focus on starting with fresh ingredients versus canned, or either frozen versus canned, any way that you can stay away from the canned ingredients is going to be to your benefit. So if you just think about that, most of the time you can make any side dish or any dish a little bit